on the rage spell and the super rage spell is so insane it needs to be nerfed. And if you needed any convincing, let me show you this simple highlight where I bust 5 squads in a row. There's really no doubt about it. The rage spell in Squad Busters must get nerfed. It's too strong. So in this video, I'm gonna do a couple things. First of all, I'm gonna talk about exactly what the rage spell is doing, because there's some people that haven't watched my spell tier list, they don't actually know. From there, I'll talk about how you take advantage of this rage spell for as long as it's in the game, because it's really OP. It might be the single most OP thing that you can do in Squad Busters right now, is to use the rage or super rage spell. And from there, we'll talk about how it is that I would nerf the spell without really removing the essence of what it is trying to do, without being so busted like it is today. And by the way, look at this. I've got a little simple Goblin Mavis start. What an innocent little start to the game. I think the draft set here is a ton of suppliers. So I pick up the Hog Rider because I know I'm going to be bouncing around from place to place. Even though I might not normally do that, I know I'm going to have so much economy here that like I just go for it. And I'm not totally opposed to it. I don't know if I actually put a Greg in my squad here, but let's get back on target. The thing we need to talk about, if you have a rage spell or a super rage spell that comes from the ultra tier of a barbarian king, the effect is very powerful. You get a 60% damage boost for 10 seconds on the rage spell, and you get a 100% damage boost for 15 seconds on the barbarian king. That is gross. It is so powerful. So the way that you use these spells typically is that you'll pop them when you're going to have a really clean engage on an enemy squad. An engage, I don't know, I feel like I learned this when I used to play a lot of MOBAs, but that's like the moment when you're going to attack and commit to fighting an enemy squad. That is when you pop your rage spell. And ideally, they're committed to the fight as well in some way. You don't want to wait too long because like the damage boost is really good, but people have come to learn that you see somebody raged up and you just go the other way. Just like with a shrink spell, by the way. Shrink spell does a 90% damage reduction to the marches that are shrunk. So yeah, you just run from that. Like you can't fight through a shrink spell unless you have rage active because rage is that busted. All right. The other thing you can do, and I have done, is pop the rage spell very defensively. So you see somebody who is probably going to roll up on your squad, and before you even let them think that's a good idea, you pop the rage spell. That is limited use, right? Like at the end of the 10 seconds, they could decide to roll up on you and you used your get out of jail free card. But you only really do that if you think they're going to do this and I'm going to get busted if they do it. It's a panic move, okay? So offensively, the rage spell is better to you, in my opinion, because you control when that engage is happening, and you should use it when you think you're going to get really big value and either take out some units of an enemy squad or bust the whole darn thing. Now, if you're going to try to bust the whole squad, which is the goal, right? You need speedsters, and the best speedster hands down is the Hog Rider, all right? The Hog Rider is going to make it so that every time you go through grass, you're going to get that speed boost, and if you're really chasing somebody, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to do that. Could be a long chase, and the Hog Rider makes you inevitable. Like Thanos, all right? The chicken boots are pretty good. So a chicken is pretty good. I have a chicken in this video, right? And I have a max. And I have a hog. I have all the speedsters, like, which is why what's about to happen is going to be possible. And here is something really gross that I'm going to do. I'm going to pop a fusion key as well. Now, I am ranked in the top 50 in the world, and a lot of people at this tier are using fusion keys. It just is what it is, all right? So here I pop, boom. I mean, this is just disgusting. I used 3 rage spells and held on to the final rage spell. And with 15 seconds left, I should pop that rage spell again. At this point, I'm leaking DPS. There it is. I pop it. Okay, there we go. And as far as I know, these rage spells all stack, by the way, which is disgusting. So I'm doing, right now, only 100% extra damage, but there was a point where I had 3 rage spells. So that was 300% damage, which is absolutely gross. Let's jump into another game here, and I'll talk very constructively about how I would change the rage spell. Because, okay, we know how to use it offensively. We've talked about how you can use speedsters to really make it so that when you use this rage spell, you get value. Because, by the way, I've been in situations where I don't have the speedster. And if I don't have the speedster, I can't round out guaranteed KOs in the way that I can with the speedster. The speedster is an important part of the combo here. I actually avoided taking a hog here, which debatable. Going for the fusion saves me a lot of gold here. So then I got a Hog Rider anyways. Super rewarded. I cannot believe that. All right, well, do I take out a guy? Oh, I'm a little shocked I'm not putting a little energy into popping units from that guy's squad. I could have been very aggro there. I take a battle healer too. Interesting. I don't know what's going on in this draft, but it was not hard for me to find battles to highlight, and I actually haven't watched them, so this is going to be kind of interesting together. But, you know, I'll record my gameplay, and I play a lot all throughout the day, which is something I really like about this game. But how do you actually fix the rage spell? There's a really simple solution here, right? I think cutting the DPS in half, really easy to do. 30% on the rage spell, 60%, or I guess it'd be 50% on the super rage spell would be a good starting point. But the other thing that was really insane in that last game is that I was stacking multiple rage spells. And as far as I know, I don't actually know for sure how they stack, but I'm pretty sure they are stacking. So I think if I use 3 super rage spells today, that's 300% damage, which you probably should just make it so that they cannot stack at all. I would be okay with popping a bunch of rage spells and it just increasing your duration. So not like setting it to 15 again, but like if you had 5 seconds of rage spell and then you pop another one, it would go up to 20 seconds of rage spell, 15 from the new super rage you popped, and 5 that you already had. I don't know what the answer is exactly, but I feel like the duration on the rage spell is fine. Like, you want it to last a little bit, that's okay. The problem is it's just too strong. That's the issue. And I now can get a tank. Oh, man. So what do we have in this combo here? I don't have a rage spell yet, but I do have tank. I've got Shellys. I've got Mortis is fine. I have the Hog Rider. So I have big damage. I have speed. I am very dangerous here. I don't have a lot of boots, though. I only have 3 on the boots. It's not amazing. Honestly, would like to see that be a little higher, but I didn't draft any chickens, so it is what it is. And I'm cruising around here, obviously setting up to ambush, going from bush to bush, or I guess grass patch to grass patch, as it were. And I'm in 3rd. And the funny thing is, like, I don't know if I said this in this video or not already, but I feel like I've actually become a worse player counting on clutching with a rage spell, honestly. Like, it's so powerful. You can build your whole strategy around this one moment. So what do? Fusion key, BK, and it's all over. There it is. You pop 3 of the rage spells that come from the fusion key. Technically, they're super rage spells. Probably didn't even need a single spell to take that guy out. And then there's 3 people left. No, 4 people left in this lobby. I have queens. So I have tank queen with a super rage in pocket. Here we go. I roll up on this guy. Nah, I'd win. And like, what a funny name for this situation. Because maybe in other circumstances, broski, but not in this one. GG. And then I take another. Dude, I get another BK here. And I roll up on this guy. And the only option is to run. Like, you can't outskill this. Like, you just have to run, which is why I think it needs to be nerfed. There it is. First place. He almost got first, actually, I think. Angry Vines is another one that is especially nasty for rage and super rage because there's no running. Like, you literally have nowhere to go. Sus pick on my part with the penny, by the way. I don't know. I just felt like doing it. But why is this sus? On Angry Vines, the whole map is caving in. And at the start, your maps could be further out from center. Toward the end, I think it does not anymore put your map in an unreachable position, but the map can change, and as the vines cave in on the sort of map, you could then no longer be able to go where it is you need to go. But when you open a penny, I believe it will always be reachable at the time that you pick up your map. But, the map can change and then it'll no longer be reachable. But whatever. I get my penny. I've got a B, which is also a little bit sus. I've got 2 Shellys cooking up here. 1 is fused. I should take this guy Roman Empire. That is a bot. Somebody commented on one of my videos saying I was a huge bully and these are free-to-play players. They're not actually bots. And I was like, well, they're definitely bots. The way that you can tell is I think you look on their profile and there's nothing shows up. That's the way you used to be able to do it. I haven't looked in ages. Now I just recognize the names of those are the bot accounts. Bot accounts also do not ever run away in situations where all real players run. All real players run. So this match, I'm actually getting fed like crazy from bots. It's actually insane. and really helpful for me, given that this is Angry Vines. Here comes someone else. Miguel Scott. Yeah, that's another bot. Bots also always choose names that like no real player actually would. The things that like people think like, I don't know how to describe it. AI would think it's a thing that someone would choose as a name. I don't know. I honestly don't know how else to describe it. All right. Now there's YSS Man, which I think is a real player, and keep note of the fact that YSS Man was on my screen because at some point I'm going to be looking for him and he'll be nowhere to be found. And so I don't know what happens to him. Here I roll up. There's the rage spell. GG. It's not even super rage. This is not even super rage. Remember, you can do this with just a rage spell. It helps that I have ultra units, but whatever. The point still stands, like 70% damage, rage spell good. Anytime you see a rage spell on the map, get rid of what you have. There it is. Get rid of my lightning, pick up the rage spell, and still can't find YSS Man, by the way. This is going to be funny. You'll see why in a minute. I don't know who this other person is. I don't recognize that name, though. Modus Island. So sometimes I recognize names, and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a bot. I don't know if this is or it isn't. What do I pick here? Did I get a B? Oh, my God. Did I? Bees go burr. Bees with this damage boost is going to be kind of gross. And here you can see the downfall of not having speed, by the way. I can't actually chase around the map. I'm missing a component of the combo. The speedster is a critical part of this combo. And by the way, where the heck is YSS Man? Okay, where'd he go? Rather than fight me, I think he just went into the vines. He got... Oh, no, he's... Wait, where did he... Yeah, I think he went in the vines above me. He got busted. Oh, what is that? I am like 90% sure he was in the vines above me. Oh yeah, I remember now what I wanted to show you here. In this game, we're showcasing the fact that even at the start of the game, as a first pick, the BK is disgusting with the super rage spell. And of course it would be, right? But like, I can basically free bust any squad that rolls up on me right now. And although I can't get value from other spells I might have found on the map, it doesn't matter. Like BK with all these barbs is a gross setup. Like this is, you couldn't have dreamed it up better, honestly. And you see there, I was not the one to engage. I didn't use my super rage. I'm waiting for a good moment because he got away. And like here, I'm not using super rage because I don't think this is gonna, what am I gonna do? Kill this faster? I mean, I guess that's value, but that squad is actually huge. The only thing that gives me the confidence to stand around this squad is the fact that I now have super rage plus some chickens. But I turn away from that. Honestly, I'm not looking to take a fight where I'm going to lose a bunch of units with this thing. Like, you want to steamroll. This is gratuitous. Didn't need to happen. And like, by the way, how do you know that's a bot and not a player? Player would have gone for the tank, for sure. And the bot always just doesn't pick up the tank. I don't know why. They almost never actually pick up a tank. And look at this. I get a little bit of extra value taking out that additional squad. GG. John Wick. I don't know if that one's a bot. I think it is. But whatever. Plenty of PvE objectives over here to go take out. And I'm like, all in on this barb plan. By the way, that guy Eric has a thick squad. You've heard me say before, oh man, that guy walked up and got busted. Chronic, ayo, dude is getting cooked. CHR, okay, that is a bot. I left the ring behind. Oh my God, Chisgule, get the ring. Thank you. Holy smokes. I forgot this is actually ring grab. By the way, my squad is really janky right now. I have 3 single common units and each one's different. Please tell me I picked a hog rider there. Tank is good. Do I have a hog? Oh no, did I not take the hog? Can't tell. I did take the hog. Good for me. A little sus not going through the bushes, but I wanted to angle on the player there. I think that's fine. I have 378 gems. Wow, and now it's 478. Oh, gross. Tank is, I think, fine here. Max would have been fine also. What am I? Oh, God. The key here is beyond gratuitous. That is really disgusting. Jeez, man. GG, Chisgule. So where are we at here? What can you learn from this video? If you see the rage spell, you cherish that thing. You wait until you have a clean engage, and then you wreck somebody. Make sure you use it when you're going to wreck somebody. If you have to use it defensively, because someone's going to roll up on you and destroy you, fine, do it. It's better than just holding on to spells forever, okay? The thing that makes a rage spell really dangerous is if you compare with a speedster. I've got a hog. Like, what are you going to do about it, man? Like, there's nothing you can do other than maybe have a max and a hog. And at this point, I'm not even going for busting other players, which I think it's fine. It's a little risky to bust players in a ring grab anyways, because every time you lose a unit, you're going to lose a ring. But like, yeah, I don't even have a rage spell. I think I'm just going to stand on grass. Yeah. You can really see the power level difference of having a rage spell versus not having a rage spell. Like, this squad is absolutely cracked, but I don't have the rage spell. The effect is not there of just like instantly busting units. Actually kind of crazy. So yeah, IMO, nerf the rage spell by 50% of its effectiveness. Keep the duration the same. And if it needs further nerfing, make it so that it no longer stacks, I guess. So you can't have like multiple rage spells stacking. I don't know for sure it works that way, but I think it does. If you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see exactly how good the barb is, especially paired with the Barbarian King, even without having the ultra tier, check the card in the end screen. Or if you want a preview of the units that are coming in game on Monday, card will be there as well. I hope you check them out.